everybody. Hi, it's Becky from PowerToolsWithThread.com. That's my blog. Happy Easter, everyone. Today is April 12th, 2020, and He is risen. I hope all of you have enjoyed your Easter. It's in the afternoon now. It's like 4:30, and we've had a very nice day here. The weather has been absolutely gorgeous. Not a cloud in the sky, and it is, I don't know, 74, 75, breezy, just wonderful. Really, really nice. Shorts and flip-flops, that's my favorite season. So we've had kind of a hectic couple of days here. I guess it was about a week ago. Our ice maker quit working in my kitchen refrigerator. You know, we went for a couple of days and I went ahead and ordered a new ice maker to go into the refrigerator, which is only 4 years old, and it's an LG. My husband said the ice maker's on the fritz, so $160 later, that part and all of that was just delivered today. The person just left, the delivery person just left. So I have this ice maker and I thought, okay, so like the third day with no ice, we had the remnants of a bag of ice, and I put it inside the ice maker and we could get ice for our tea and everything from that, and everything was fine. I went to bed, woke up the next morning and I'm walking into the kitchen in my socks, and my socks get soaking wet from water on the floor. Oh no, really? So I go digging around and you know, I look and it's dripping out of the ice maker. So I clean all that up and I open up the ice maker and I look, and there's a ball of ice in there now, and it's real slick, like it's melting. So I threw it away, and when I did that, I noticed this freezer's not very cold. Every bit of meat that was in that freezer, and it was full, y'all. It was full. Defrosted. Totally defrosted. I said, oh no, I had to start cooking. I was cooking and cooking and cooking. It was stressful. So now I need to return the ice maker that arrived. So Friday I went to Home Depot. Well, first we called a repair guy, and the repair guy couldn't show up until 5 o'clock that afternoon. And when he got here, he walks in and he goes, "Don't tell me, it's an LG." I said, "It's an LG." He said, "You know how many compressors we replaced to this," and blah, blah, blah. So I have LG washer and dryer, and they've lasted a long time. I had to repair the washer just this year, and it's 12 or 13 years old. I'm very happy with those. I went to Home Depot and ordered a refrigerator, and it will be here on the 24th of April. So I'm another 12 days with no kitchen refrigerator. We have refrigerators all over this property, so that's not a thing. But the issue is, I don't know where anything's at. So, you know, you try to put the things that you use the most, the eggs, you know, the leftovers that you had the night before and that kind of thing, the breakfast meats, those are all in the refrigerator in the game room. So the things you don't use a whole lot, those are in the fridge and the freezer and the garage. And, you know, anyway, we've got our share, so it's just way inconvenient. You just don't realize how much of your life relies on that icebox in your kitchen. So, okay, what else? My faucet in my kitchen went wonky. Y'all, this has been the month or the year for things to just break. But, I mean, we've been here a long time and nothing has broken, so I guess I was due. The faucet still needs to be replaced, but it's not leaking or anything. It just kind of spins more freely than I'd like. Because the refrigerator died in my kitchen and we had all this food that had to be cooked, my husband used that as a reason to go buy a new Pit Boss barbecue at Walmart. He made the best chicken today, and potatoes and grilled veggies. We had zucchini and squash and onion and mushrooms, and just wonderful, wonderful stuff. We had a great lunch, and we had enough left over for several meals, so I bagged it all up and put it in the fridge. And, you know, it's keeping him busy. He's happy. He loves it. He absolutely loves that thing. Anyway, so I've been dealing with that. So I've been very busy here. As you can see behind me, I finished the Stepping Stones quilt top. I need to get it on the long arm, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. Let me zoom in on it so you can see the yellow houndstooth that is the first inner border. That is going to be the binding as well. So I'm real happy with how that turned out. My glasses want to fall. I also had a UFO. I had purchased this pattern in March of 2019, and twice I took it out of the box. 2 or 3 times I took it out of the box and I would just stare at it and go, nope, nope, no way, no way. So this is it. This is a sweet pea embroidery design. This is cross and Easter lilies. I'll get up close so you guys can take a look at it. This is not for the faint of heart, y'all. Okay, you need to be an experienced embroiderer. And you also need to have a little bit of mad quilting skills in order to get the satin stitches to match up, and so it all works. I had seen someone had done one on their website with the name of it escapes me now. What is that called? Where it goes darker to lighter. You guys are screaming it at the camera right now. When it comes to me, I'll put it across the top of the screen. Ombre, that's it. Someone had done ombre fabric with like a red and an orange on up to a yellow, and it was gorgeous. It looked like the sunrise. It's just beautiful, but I couldn't find that ombre fabric. So I ordered what I could find, and then I did it. If you're gonna do this thing, I would have a little bit of recommendation for you. The lilies are so bright white because I used, first of all, a very good quality quilting cotton. So it's very dense and it is double layered. And then here where this goes over the wood of the cross, I cut away the brown underneath because the cross stitches first and then the lily is on top of it. So anywhere, this one's not so bad because it's just stitching that's on top, but here I went ahead and cut this out because it can show through and you don't want that to happen. I really struggled. It was a couple of times in order to get the satin stitching right. So because you've got to line up not only these pieces here, but this as well. And you know, in my mind, when I don't know why it took me so long, but I was thinking you pieced it like in tiles, here and here and here and here and here and here. And if I'd have just, you know, read the directions and not had a preconceived notion of what I thought it was going to be, I found out when you go through the direction, and the directions are very, very good, but there's 27 pages of directions, you guys. I mean, it's big, but it's very clear. The directions are very good. You actually tile it. It is 3 tiles, not 6. And it is this one. This is the first section. This is the second section. And here is the third section. I had a hard time wrapping my head around that because I wanted to make sure I got the ombre right in order for the gradient, the color gradient to go upward and be right. That was a challenge for me. Once I just sat there and studied it, it was like, you know, bing, big light bulb. And I said, oh, okay, I can do this now. So 73 minutes just for stitch out in section 1. And that's just the stitching. The full putting down the fabric and, you know, placing it right, cutting it away, and making sure that everything was lining up the way it was supposed to and all that. Total first section was 3 hours. And then it was another 3 hours for this section and another 2 hours for this section. And then another hour to put the backing on it and get it ironed properly and get the little tabs made and, you know, all the finishing. This is a big project. Now I'm very glad it's done and I'm thrilled with it. I think it turned out just absolutely gorgeous. So if you're an experienced embroiderer and you want to give this a shot, I think you'd really, really enjoy it. I love their stuff down there at Sweet Pea Embroidery Designs. They're out of Australia. I finished this thing yesterday. And then today I finished this thing. I've been working on this for a long time. If y'all remember, this was the log cabin ruler class I took, Marty Michelle log cabin ruler class I took at my local quilt store back when we could go to our local quilt store. And I had some leftover fabric from the backing and went ahead, and I love the back too. I think it's stitched out just beautiful. I stitched it out using Amelie Scott Designs with the embroidery machine. So that's how it's quilted. And I used her feather out of expansion pack 6, I think it is. And a link to it below, but it turned out just gorgeous, y'all, and it was very easy to do. And I really, really enjoyed getting that done. I had seen last month, Pat Sloan was doing a daily video series she did for National Quilting Month. And in one of her videos, she talked about doing the single fold bias. And I did not have a lot of fabric left over, so I went ahead and gave that a try, and I'm very pleased with how it turned out. I thought it worked out great. So, and then I machine bound it the way I like to do my machine binding. I do not bind by hand. I'll link to my video below of how I like to do my machine binding. It looks great. You stitch it on the front just like a regular binding, and then you fold it over, and you fold it over so that the binding goes over your stitching line from the front, and then you stitch in the ditch, and you can hardly tell. See that? Works great. And I was done with the binding in like, I don't know, 10 minutes. It was good. Still working on the snowballs. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a video here in just a little bit on how to actually put the snowball together. Since I had the Easter lily wall hanging finished, I emptied that project box out and put some snowballs in here. So I've got 2 of the sets of faces stitched out. I'm doing a total of 5 sets of snowballs for a total of 30 because there's 6 snowballs in a set, and I'm making them for my son and his wife and their 3 children, my 3 grandchildren, for a snowball fight on Christmas morning. So I have got the little face done, and I have the 3rd orange peel slice stitched on this particular set. I also got I put their names on the back. So Daddy's is done. That's my son Ryan. And I did Calvin. That's my oldest. And let's see, Callie, she's the middle one. She's 6. And here is Mommy's. There's Mommy's. And I just have to do Aiden, who at the ripe old age of 3.5 is now riding a 2-wheeler. That child has no fear. My son sent me a video, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Off he went. Running into things, didn't care, got back up on it and took off. And by the end of the day, he was riding a 2-wheeler. Crazy. He won't be forward till October. A lot of you ask about this shirt in particular. Y'all, I bought this shirt on Facebook probably 10 years ago, and I have no idea what company it was from. I love it. I wear it all the time. It's holding up pretty well. So one of you had asked me about doing a Kimberbell mug rug without using pre-cut fabric, using the SVG files. I will go ahead and demo that in probably the next video on how to do applique without having the pre-cut files. I want to thank you all very much for your well wishes, Easter wishes, safe and healthy wishes for me and my husband. Everybody here is just fine, and you guys are so awesome. You reach out through Facebook. We have a Power Tools with Thread Facebook group, and I've gotten emails from you this morning and throughout the week, and you guys have just been wonderful. So I know a lot of you are really working hard, making masks and whatnot. One lady even told me she broke down in tears, and you guys, you know, have faith. It's going to be fine. And take a break. Just take a break from making masks. Just take a break from the sewing machine if you want to, and go do something for you. Sit, watch a movie, have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, and enjoy yourself. And a glass of wine if that makes you feel a little bit better. You know, it's going to be okay. You can take a break for a couple of days even if you want, and then pick it back up. You need to take care of yourself first. Do some therapy for your own soul, and then, you know, if you want to continue making masks, y'all go right ahead. All right, y'all, that's it. A lot going on here. I got to get that big thing on the long arm and get it done up. We'll talk to you soon. Go sew something. Enjoy the rest of your Easter. Bye.